Hi! Hello everyone, I hope you're having a lovely day. We are here with lots of beautiful fabrics and we are choosing our next team makes. Very exciting. So hopefully these videos give you guys some ideas for what to sew next, because we look back at older patterns that we haven't tried before specifically, and yeah, hopefully there's a lot of inspiration. So Chloe, do you want to start with your plans?
So I would like to sew the Martha dress. So it's quite a, it looks quite a dressy dress, isn't it? And it's got a low V. I'm going to do it in a cotton. Can you do it in a viscose?
Yeah, you can. The viscose linen. Viscose linen, lovely.
There's a sample that's in
Italian brunette version on the site.
Yeah, so it does look really nice in the viscose, and we have some beautiful viscoses at the moment, but because I count myself as a confident beginner sewer, and I'm testing myself with the intermediate pattern, I'm going to stick with a cotton because it's
good plan, I think.
It's just easier. And it's got a lined bodice, which I'm quite excited because I've never done a lining before.
Nice.
So I'm quite excited about that. So we don't have any cottons at the moment, but I found this beautiful cotton in the remnants, and was it the Marilyn?
The Marilyn for Chantel,
yes.
I think, from Vintage Dreaming.
Which is really lovely, and I think the spots would make it look quite vintagey.
Yes.
I was going to do the midi skirt. So it was this option, or
beautiful.
I was thinking of using something from my stash, which was cotton linen, and going for black, because then I thought I could maybe get away with, if I layered it with like jumpers and cardigans with the black, I could get away with wearing it when it's cold.
And tights.
Nice. However, I only have just over 3 meters of this, and the pattern, because it's cut on a bias, it says about 4.5 meters. However, a lot of that is with the lining. So I thought, and I've laid my pattern piece out because it's non-directional.
You can get away with.
I can cut it out in this if I used. I've got a bit of cotton in my stash, and I was going to use this for the lining and the pockets.
So clever.
Yes.
I love the contrast lining, so I think it's really
and also that's so soft, so it'll be nicer that
So this is like a
less scratchy than the linen.
Yeah, is that cotton?
It's a cotton lawn. I think it looks Liberty, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not a Liberty one.
But
that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I love that.
So obviously this will be back in the remnants.
Yeah.
Available to buy.
This
one.
That's a classic.
But so I'll see how I get on.
That's true. I think that's a really good point about the fabric requirements, because all our fabric requirements and most pattern companies are all for if you've got directional fabrics. So if something on the fabric is facing one way, and it'll look daft if accidentally you have it the wrong way around. So if you have fabrics that are non-directional, then you probably can get away with less, and sometimes it's worth messing around just to see if that piece in your stash actually will work. So don't write things off.
No,
you can
definitely.
always sort of tweak things a little bit.
If you see a pattern and you've got a fabric in your stash, for example, that you're like, oh, that would look amazing in that, just play with it around. I like to call it fabric Tetris. You're moving all the pieces to fit.
And it's so satisfying when you've got like a tiny gap and you're like, oh, a colour stand. Just in there, straight in.
And also what you're doing, using some contrast fabric for the little bits, like the pockets and the lining.
And
that's a great idea.
It does look generally quite nice.
It does look
I agree.
different
colour.
Yeah. Great idea. And Martha, I feel like we don't think of Martha at this time of year yet, because she's quite summery, but your dark colour plan is a very good one. Love it. So Jemima.
So I'm going to make a Doris dress, which I'm very excited about, because again, Doris is from a few years ago. We don't talk about her so much as the more recent patterns, but I've always liked this pattern. It's very much my style, I think.
Yes, definitely.
With the neckline and the ties at the back is something that I often go for. So I'm excited to make it, but I'm trying to be very mindful that Doris is quite a summery dress, and it's January and it's -2 today, and I don't want to make something that I'm not going to be able to wear for 6 months. So I'm going to be a little bit careful with the fabric that I choose. It definitely needs to work with tights, and it needs to be something that's going to go with the cardigans and jumpers in my wardrobe as well, so that I can layer it And then I can also wear it in the summer as well, so that it works all year. So I picked out 2. This one is our Naomi viscose, which is really nice, and it'll be perfect for Doris, and it's got that dark background.
Lovely.
So that would work
Classic.
with tights.
I think.
Classic,
Yeah.
I
Really
think that'd be
pretty.
good. But I've also been drawn to this viscose twill,
Ooh, yes.
which again fits the bill because it's got the dark background. And actually, viscose twill is one of my favourite fabrics to work with because it's got similar drape to the other viscose, but it's got a touch more body to it. It's just a little bit more structured. So I think that'll be great for a winter to spring to summer dress because it's just got a bit more to it, a bit more
That's
structure.
so nice.
And Doris has buttons, doesn't it?
Yes.
So you could have pretty
That's
white
true.
buttons
Yeah.
to go with the dots.
And I know
Really
I've got a
cute.
white cardigan
Oh,
at
perfect.
home, and it
There
would
you
work with
go.
tights, so I think it's ticking all
And
the
also
boxes.
with little white trainers in the
Yeah,
summer.
exactly.
It's
So it works
cute.
with
It's all falling into place. I like it.
I like it too.
So nice.
So that's what I'm thinking, and I haven't decided the length yet because it's got 2 lengths.
Oh, does
Yes,
it?
it
It's got a
does,
shorter
doesn't
one
it?
and a longer one, so
Hmm.
I haven't decided.
Wow.
Fine.
Figure
Yeah,
it
because
out.
short with tights is still cute.
Yeah, I think either could work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might make the longer one and then
And then
Oh,
and then
yeah.
decide because I can take it up. Yeah,
Easy.
not sure.
That's
Yes, that's
good.
my plan.
Oh, I love that.
It's nice to see Doris getting some love as well.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
is. I think it is about 7 years old now.
Really?
It's one of the earlier ones.
And I was
Is
it's
it
so
from
cute.
when you started?
It
We were
is. It was
just
very,
saying.
very early days. It is my 7th year celebrate anniversary today. And it was, I think it came out the first year I started here.
Oh,
I was looking in
that's
the
sweet.
on Instagram at the So Over It Doris Dress
Mm,
tag,
yeah.
and there's so many lovely ones.
Yeah,
on there.
really nice
People have made
ones.
lovely versions. It really inspired me. So.
Yeah, it is on my list, but I wouldn't have thought of making it before it's really hot. But
Well,
maybe now you've convinced me. It's so cute.
Yeah, we're all about the summer dresses in the
I
winter.
know.
I know, I'm just dreaming
It's
about
hard,
them.
isn't it? In the
It's hard,
cold.
yeah. But actually yours could be summery
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
autumny
that's
and those
right.
seasons.
Totally good. Excellent segue.
Yeah.
So I was swinging between a few patterns. I'm fairly sort of time poor at the moment because I've got quite a lot going on. And I was thinking about doing a Leah dress, and I love Leah.
Beautiful.
I've just not made it before, so I'd have to do a toile. And I was thinking about all of that and thinking maybe that's not the most sensible decision. And then I thought maybe a Marnie cardigan because it's super
cute.
quick. But actually, I don't need that right now. I've got
No.
quite a lot of cardigans. So this morning I had a bit of a brainwave of inspiration. I was like, oh my God, I definitely want to make this. And I'm going to take our Pippa pattern. So it's a wrap, it's got that fake wrap with the buttons down, and make a skirt version.
Yes.
So
Love
just the
that.
skirt, and I think I'm going to make it into a proper wrap.
So functional
Oh,
buttons,
real-
actual
real wrap,
buttons.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
really cute.
so it will involve some pattern changes.
Yeah.
But it won't involve any fitting.
There you
For
go,
me, I know
yeah.
the skirts, I don't need to do any fitting. So
Nice. That's a
um,
very clever, again, something you can think about. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I really want to sew something. I don't have much time. Let's go for like an option that means I can get it done.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, get that hit.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what I
The
need.
hit.
That's what I feel like I need at the moment. So
Nice.
yeah, I think obviously once I've made it, I'll know more about what changes I've made. So
Yeah.
I'll talk through those after. But I've got a feeling there'll be a facing,
So
a
you're
nice
still
big
gonna have the
facing.
buttons?
Still the buttons, and
Still
the
the
buttons will
buttons.
be
Actually
functional.
open.
Right.
So with the maxi version with the slit,
Yes.
and probably it'll be the bigger panel will be doubled. So,
So the
we'll have one on top of the
yes.
other.
Yeah.
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 In my head, that's how it's working.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds
We'll
nice.
find out. It'll
see,
be
yeah.
very exciting to
Yeah.
see what you've done once it's made.
I'm quite intrigued as well to see how it goes.
And what fabrics
yeah.
are you
So
thinking?
fabrics, I adore this one,
Yeah.
and I wear a
That's
lot
my
of
favourite.
black, and I love that would match with just a really neat black top, like I was
Like,
wearing
yeah.
like that.
I just love how many colours it's got.
Yeah,
in
you
it.
could pull out so
Exactly.
many colours
Pink
from
and
that.
blue.
Perfect for like
Matching
cardigans
jewellery and
hems.
cardigans, lipsticks, all of it.
So yeah, that's perfect, and it's a lovely, nice drapey weight. But I do already have a Pippa dress in this Midnight Botanical,
Oh yes,
which
you do.
is
Beautiful
black
one.
with a colour on it. And I was wondering if
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually need to be a bit different and branch out.
Fair, fair, fair.
And so the other ones I'm thinking of, and I'm genuinely undecided at this point, is this olive.
Oh yeah.
Which
love
I
that
feel is a
colour.
colour I don't necessarily wear, but actually,
I get this
again, black
black.
top,
Black.
Very
cute.
useful that you wore your black Estelle today to test this out.
Yeah, that's such a nice colour. It's a bit of an unusual colour, I think.
It is,
You
yeah.
don't see the shade of...
It's beautiful, and again, super soft.
That's it, yeah. That's what I want. I want big swishy maxi skirt vibes.
Energy.
And then this one is the other, which again,
Gorgeous.
I'm totally down with this.
Yeah.
So
Gorgeous.
yeah, I'm genuinely torn between those two.
Oh, I like them all. Make them all.
Yes, if they're quick enough to make, who knows? But we will see.
Beautiful.
Um,
And again, once it's warmer and summery,
That's it.
all of these still work.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's what I
Fine.
found with my pippa dress. Is that it's
Yeah.
lovely now. Tights, cardigans, this, that, and the other,
Yes.
and I feel like the skirt will essentially be the same.
Yeah, we've done a really fun styling the pippa dress reel on Instagram, starring Rosie in her midnight botanical pippa. And actually, that's how the idea came, because you
Yes.
styled it with a black
Oh,
Roxy jumper.
Yeah.
And you were like,
amazing.
oh,
Yeah.
the
It's just a skirt.
It just looks amazing. So there you go. It's all a cycle of inspiration. Speaking of which, my inspiration for my next make. So I was thinking of making a skirt first. I had the Neve skirt in mind. That's one possibility. Again, I want a swishy maxi skirt. So that is one option, and I was looking at the Midnight Botanical.
Well, because you're the
Fabric.
only person in the team that hasn't made
I
anything
haven't
in
used this fabric. It's shocking.
I know.
Honestly.
You have no excuse.
No
What have you
excuse.
got, Jemima, in it?
I've got a Vera dress.
Your Vera.
Yeah.
Giselle.
I've got a Giselle dress.
Pippa.
Nothing.
Come on, Alma.
And Lisa has a Giselle
Yeah.
and something else.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I need to make something, and it is gorgeous. So a maxi Neve skirt is one option. New surprise, new pattern that's coming soon could also be the other option. 'Cause
yes.
It's also a skirt. We shan't say any more about that. So that is one possibility. But then we got this fabric, and I fell in love.
I've forgotten about that
Yeah.
one.
It's so gorgeous.
That is a good one.
It's very your style, isn't
Then
it?
no,
Actually,
it's
very
very
your
Okay, this is on
style.
my list too.
There you go, that's fine. So it was when Lisa said one day when we were filming something that it looks very Dolce & Gabbana, and that kind of sealed it for me. I was like, it does. And so first I thought maybe it could be one of those skirts as well. And then when I was Googling Dolce & Gabbana rose fabric, which I may have done for a bit, I saw lots of dresses made in this, and some sort of slip dresses worn over black tops. I was like, that is exactly what I want to make with it.
Yeah.
And so we have the Sidbury slip pattern, which is overlooked because it's a slip dress. It's for wearing under lots of our lovely dresses. It's a very useful and practical fabric that people have made, but they maybe don't share it because it's kind of underwear, basically. That's the feel of it. And it has a lovely lace detail at the front. Now I thought, what if I made it in a viscose and without the lace, and made it look more like a slip dress, which is so on trend at the moment. Like everywhere I turn, there's slip dresses. And so I did a little test, and let me show you one I made earlier. And I have done, this is just a little toile I made for myself. This looks very nighty like, but it's what I had. And so this is the Sidbury slip pattern. I just made it as a top because I didn't have lots of fabric. But I finished it with bias binding all the way around, the way that our Alderley top is finished. So
bit
it's
of a mashup.
visible, it's a
Yeah.
mashup between the Alderley finish and the Sidbury slip pattern.
It looks really
And it's
really
very
good.
nice. Thank you.
Did you make
so
the
much.
binding?
I made the binding, yeah. And this
That would have been
super
fiddly.
fiddly.
Yeah.
And somehow it all fell into place.
It's
And I
so
don't know
neat.
how. The sewing gods were smiling down at me. And because in the Sidbury everything is concealed and it's hand sewn, which I don't like. The binding is finished with hand sewing, and the lace is here. And I think the lace does read underwear
It's-
a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you know, not to be seen patterns. Although, why not? But for me, there's no rules. But for me, I thought without the lace already, it feels more outerwear. And with the visible binding, I think it looks really good. So I'm gonna try and make a full length. So I think it's kind of knee length
Yeah.
that it falls. But I'll see again, like you. I'm gonna see when I see the
later.
pattern piece and decide. hold the pattern piece against me and decide what length I like. But I'm also going to make a jersey top of some sort because I don't have a black top, which shocked everyone today.
It blew my mind.
I know.
You don't own one?
I don't own.
Never owned one?
I probably have at some point, but I don't have a single black top. Ridiculous. I need one, a jersey one. I know. It is so shocking. But so for this, I'm gonna make one to go under this.
It's gonna look
slip dress.
very
Nice.
90s.
I know.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
very
I love
into
it
it with
too.
boots,
With boots and a black
I just know that I'm going to
That's
see
it.
it. I'm going to want to make one as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, I'll report back on how tricky it was, but I don't think it was because that's literally the only change I did, and it's an easier finish than the normal Sidbury slip.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
Are you
I'm-
going to put anything for the waist?
yes, good point. So the Sidbury is quite free flowing, and I like to accentuate the waist in everything I have. I just like it for my shape, and so I'm gonna put in some ties at the sides, basically like the Aida Dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just long strips, no pattern, no real pattern drafting. I might even use the Una ones, and then I can tie it at the back, so it gets a bit more definition, which I like. And that's it.
Yeah.
So that would be the
Great.
experiment. And actually, it could go. This would look very nice. As well. So if it works, I'll do it in this. If not, I'll use this for a skirt.
And then you'll have your
later on.
black top to go.
My
with
black top
them.
will go with everything, guys. I'm
It'll
so
be really
excited. So excited about the
Yeah, black
revolution. I know. But yeah, there we go. I'm very excited
There's
about
some
all
good
of
plans.
these plans.
Yeah. So we're going to show off the makes
In a few
in
weeks.
a couple of weeks.
Give ourselves some time.
We're sort of doing this a little bit for Valentine's Day.
Yes, of course.
As in a sort of, what do sewing people do when they want to treat themselves?
Yeah.
You do some sewing and show off
Exactly.
something new. And it's nice for us all to kind of chat about this together. We always really enjoy the
Yes.
excuse to do
Exactly.
something makes.
And yeah, all of these I think could be seen as date night clothes
Oh, that's
or
true.
night out,
Yeah.
friend night. So I
Agreed.
think it's the right time of year for thinking of makes like this. So yeah, I'm excited to see the result. We'll see how it goes. But join us again in a few weeks and we'll see what we've created from our vague ideas in our minds. I like
We'll
it.
see where it
though.
takes us.
Yeah, I like that we're never completely dead set on something and then it's like, surprise!
Yeah.
This is what came out. So yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe and join us for our next video very soon. Bye!
Bye.